So, if you're hoping for another stimulus check, good news, according to experts, you could get one as early as 2024. Welcome to the Updates Area channel. Has been what has aided millions and millions of people over the past few years, so stimulus checks aren't going away. In fact, now that Americans are really hurting and, per recent research, 3 in 5 think inflation is causing financial difficulty, it's no surprise that stimulus checks are still available. What checks the stimulus? Actual feedback from the stimulus is now being received. Checks, credits, rebates, you name it, they're doing it. There are also guaranteed income pilot programs, which simply provide money to residents. They do so because you live in a particular county, city, or area, are a woman with children, are a single man, or any combination of these. Once more, several programs are accessible. I bring this up because analysts now think that the stimulus program won't end. But let's back up for a second because there are other programs out there that I'll talk about, one of which is about to end in the next few days, so we'll talk about it as well. However, before I go into the new programs that are available that could send you some money, the first thing I want to say is that yes, experts understand that even though we are providing additional stimulus, it is something that is still needed for certain parts of the country and for certain individuals. However, it does not negate the need for additional stimulus for other parts of the country and for other individuals. We must be careful with how much stimulus we actually give away. If we start giving away millions and billions of dollars, there will be additional inflation right away. And our $100 won't be able to offset that. Still, financial experts and economists say that we must still put some upward pressure on inflation. To buy $100 worth of goods, it can only buy about 70 to 80% of that. But if we provide additional stimulus, might it genuinely help? Might we then spend our money on food, utilities, and even rent? The answer is yes. So have a look at this. Let's simply review this. It claims Minnesota Democrats reach agreement on rebate check credits and Social Security tax reductions in this morning's news. Cities, counties, and states are not just going to toss you some additional money and say, here's an extra $300. Spend it as you like, as I've mentioned numerous times before. Wishful thinking aside, they won't do that. Instead, they'll do things like this, where they'll lower taxes and give you credits and rebates. For example, this report claims that Democrats and Republicans reached an agreement on Wednesday to spend $3 billion to send $260 tax rebate checks to taxpayers. A large group of seniors will be exempt from taxes on their Social Security income under the proposal, and local governments will see an increase in aid to keep property taxes down and help cover public services for 2.5 million Minnesotans and create a new tax credit they hope will lower child poverty rates in the state. Costly is safety now. I bring this up because, as I've previously mentioned to you guys, states are trying to send out more money and extra relief. As an example, this story claims that a broader group of seniors will be exempt from taxes on their income in the future. Social Security benefits under the proposed system. We anticipated this because we've discussed it before. States that collect state income taxes from people who receive Social Security benefits are looking to either completely eliminate or drastically reduce the tax. This is a development that is concerning because it will affect millions of people. Big benefit for millions of households. Here's another stimulus check update. Deadline to apply for a one-time $4,000 direct payment is in 4 days now. This is actually for people in San Diego. Okay, so it says there's still a few days left for eligible residents of California to apply for a direct payment. It says these payments will be made to San Diego residents who meet eligibility requirements, including having at least one child under the age of 18, and will be for a payment of $4,000 with recipients free to use the money however they see fit. The payment is part of a program known as a Recovery Action Fund for Tomorrow. Being a senior who is at least 55 or being a disabled adult applicant's household income must be at or below 200 of the federal poverty level, which is $29,160 for a household of 1 and $60,000 for a household of 4 applicants must also reside in one of the 39 San Diego counties. San Diego County Health Equity zip codes again. $4,000 that will help. Oh, you know, a few people, but not just something that will be, oh, you know, oh, one person gets $4,000. No, there are millions of dollars that are going to this program. Okay, here's number 4 for the 2023 stimulus check update. Americans may apply for a one-time $150 pilot rebate. However, this is only available to residents of North Carolina. To help North Carolinians who pay property taxes, the Greensboro city government set aside a pool of $250. Once again, these things are happening all over the place, so all you have to do is go to Google. You don't have to wait for me to tell you that there is stimulus here. Go to Google instead. The program and the applications opened in April, and the deadline for homeowners to apply is June 15th. Only Greensboro residents are eligible for the relief. That's all you have to do, because if it's not categorized as stimulus, maybe it's a rebate, maybe it's relief, right? Maybe it's a tax credit. If you're looking for it, just go to Google and type in your city, type in stimulus, type in your county, type in stimulus, type in your state, and type in stimulus. If you enter your city, county, or state along with the words stimulus, tax credit, rebate, one of those three results will likely up. If not, don't worry. Nevertheless, they are not the only places and states that are offering things. Here are several more. California is still dispatching. The 200 to 1,050 U checks are still being sent out, but some people have already received them. The majority of people should have, but if you don't, there is a chance yours will arrive in the second half of 2023. Idaho will be sending out, I believe, $75 per family member. Being released according to your income and other factors. New Jersey will give you checks that, according to my memory, may be up to $1,000. Maine is, $450 for single filers and $900 for joint filers or married filing jointly. In New Mexico, $250 for individuals, $500 for joint filers. Pennsylvania, $250 to $650, don't quote me on this. But again, a lot of stuff is going to be sent out. And I think it's going to be about $800 to perhaps $1,000, depending on who you are and your income. So join single, all those things, and even South Carolina. The reason I want to bring this up is because, as I previously mentioned, 3 out of 5 Americans, or 60%, now say that inflation is causing financial trouble. Financial difficulty or hardship? Well, we have inflation because of all the stimulus spending, which is the cause of the inflation, and because the amount of money we have printed over the past 3 years is simply absurd. However, experts are now stating that this inflation is unwarranted. It's a tricky situation to be in because it's a very slippery slope, and we have to be careful not to give too much and cause inflation to stop falling continuously, and instead turn around and start rising. This is not what we want to see, especially when we're trying to combat it. Are still some distance from the 2% inflation target, so that's what we know at this moment. As always, I pledge to return and give all the most recent information as it becomes available. All you have to do is 2 things. Go ahead and click the like button on this video first. Please consider subscribing if you want to ensure you never miss an update. I appreciate you watching and hope you have a good rest of the day. I'll see you on the next video.